Why are we... Okay, maybe that'll be a little bit better. Welcome to Discussions with DD Parker. Twitch is activated. YouTube, of course. Thank you for the posts. I've been on a roll, okay? This whole week we've been getting them up there. But thank you for the folks. Is it me? This thing looks so blurry, and I'm over here trying to wipe it off. I was looking for that. Hold on, y'all. Before we get into it, I need to clean this off because it's irritating the hell out of me. Hold on. Here we go. Woo! All right. I can see clearly now that the rain is gone. I look a mess, but it's okay. Anyway, welcome to Discussions with DD Parker. Twitch is activated. IG Live is activated. Just waiting for these folks to hop on. And of course, YouTube. Your girl has motion back, okay? We're going to keep this thing rolling, this train rolling. But I appreciate everybody that has liked, subscribed, and followed. If you haven't liked, subscribed, or followed me on YouTube, make sure you do it now and do it soon. Please and thank you. I am waiting for the rest of my folks, what up, Buddha, to hop on here because we got another one for the books today. Definitely a good show. And we are definitely going to get into it. But I want to wait till some more folks come on here before I start unpacking what we need to unpack. We have a lot of videos to get through, a lot of sound. So it is going to be you looking at me, unfortunately. I'm so sorry. While this audio is playing. Because I pulled a bunch of clips so we can go full motion today. And I can debunk some of this stuff that has been said. So, again, welcome to Discussions with DD Parker. Waiting for my regulars to get on here. A lot of stuff that I did not know going on. Man, so much stuff. If you don't pay attention, it'll go right past your head. But hold on. Again, like I said, I wanna get these videos pulled so I don't have to. What up, Clean? You are actually the first contestant on Discussions with DD Parker. But I want to get these videos pulled before we go in. But not really go in, but talk about what we need to talk about today. Anyway, so the topic today is violence against women and girls, and I'll say even you could throw boys in here. A woman's issue that turns into a woman's problem. Is violence against women a man's issue that turns into a woman's problem? And the reason why we're talking about this today is it's been a lot of violence going on, especially with my sisters, black women. We seem to be the target, but I want you to take a listen to what this man had to say. And he said where most of his hate comes from. So I'll play this. If you say it out loud.
Violence against women and girls is a men's issue that manifests as a woman's problem. It's on men to solve it. And, fun fact, all the hate I get is from men. Not all men.
No surprise.
But plenty of men that don't want to hear it. That don't want to see that they are a solution to the problem. That they could influence their friends. That they could call out their mates. That they could change their behaviour and make women safer. That's the hate that I get. Lads.
All right, that's just one clip. I want to play this other clip of this woman. Something I had no idea that was even going on in the United States of America. But take a listen.
Because men hate women. The fact that this is on the heels of Epstein files. This is on the heels of just yesterday, Justin Fairfax killing his wife and then himself while his children are in there. This is CNN exposing a global rape academy that had 62 million hits in a month of men going, and whether they're partaking or they're just watching videos on how to drug your partner and then rape her while she sleeps.
I hope I don't get cut off.
And if you want, and I love men, I love you guys, I love Steve, I love my husband, I have lots of guy friends, but it's just the hits just keep coming as far as women being sacrificial lambs for the whims of men and their sexual desires. And it is exhausting. It's frustrating that you keep hearing women be the ones who are so angry about this. To be a good guy, it's more than just not being a bad guy.
It's calling out the bad behavior.
It's calling out your
Which we've
friends.
done.
It is calling out the men in your circles. It is being loud about this, as loud as women are about it. And it is more than politics. It's more than these guys stepping down. It is how often and for how long women are abused by men. Why women hate men.
Okay. Like I said, I'm gonna be offloading these clips, so it's gonna be a lot of you listening today, but us also talking, but I wanna, get these clips off first. Here's another clip. I don't know this gentleman's name, but take a listen to what he had to say, because there's a real issue going on.
I apologize.
The music.
I knew there was a certain group of men who didn't like women due to like past heartbreak and mommy issues, but the amount of men I'm learning actually hate women, like truly despise women, yet y'all still label yourselves as heterosexual, blows my fucking mind. The fact that you can't see the first life you ever depended on was a woman's. Grown-ass man with daughters and wives being unable to view them as anything other than objects who never sit right with me. Y'all saw me on Cam Newton's podcast, and I asked him, Cam, do you have any platonic relationships in your life? It was a rhetorical question. You know why? Because 40% of Cam's staff that was in the room that day for that conversation were women. Niggas in the comment section like, at least he's self-aware and be aware enough to know you just disrespected all of them. Telling them, if you do not serve me, I do not see you as a human being. Niggas like, he just standing on who he is. This lady gonna respect that. Imagine being that woman. How hard it is to sleep at night, knowing if something piques your man's interest, your respect is now up for grabs. Imagine that.
And clean, I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say, oh, whatever that man's name was, Derek Jackson. No. There is an issue when it comes to women and violence. If you remember the guy in Louisiana who just killed 7 of his children. 7 of his children. So and tried to take out the baby mamas. There is a war, and you men, you can argue, there's a war on women. Say whatever you want to. There is a war on women. And I'm really referring to black women when I talk about this, but we can classify it and put all women. What up, Big Mike? There's another clip I wanted to play too of a girl who was making some good points. Because it seems like y'all are very loud when it comes to the backlash and bashing of women, especially black women. But you're very silent when it comes to DV and these women who have been unalived by some of these ignorant ass men. Hey, Big Mike, so take a listen to this last clip. And then let's get into it.
Is Russell Wilson and Sierra dating? How cute is that?
Nah, she a baby mama. Russell a simp, bro. He a simp. Real man ain't gonna take care of nobody else can.
Oh my gosh, this is so terrible. This is like the 4th story I've seen this week. Mind you, it's Tuesday. Of a man killing his wife and the whole family. Hold on. You don't have nothing to say about that one? Oh, because you was talking about what men be. No way. How cute Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion are dating. I love that for her. That is
Man,
so
she a hoe.
Free Tory.
He apologized for picking her up. Lame. Everybody get a turn with her. It's just
Everybody get a turn with you.
Free Tory. She don't deserve love.
Oh my gosh, have you seen this story? It's awful. This young teenage boy stomped a girl out. I'm talking about kicked her in the head because she didn't want to give up her phone number. They're really starting younger and younger with the violence, huh? Wait, nothing. Hold on. Still nothing. What do you mean Clay cheated on Megan after all she did with the...
my boy Clay, he a real nigga.
He was lying to her. Her dumb ass believed. I always knew he was the truth, man.
Hold on, here's the towel.
Real man cheat on these. You got cheat on these. I thought she was the one because she was...
What an interesting article. It talks about how domestic violence cases go up around major sporting events. That's crazy, huh? Still nothing. Well, you know what? I get really confused about what y'all are willing to.
So, again, she said it best for me. It seems like y'all get loud and proud when it comes to bashing of the black woman, but never when it comes to these domestic violent issues. I don't hear y'all say nothing. Matter of fact, I ain't heard nobody say nothing about the man that unalived his whole damn entire family and tried to take out his baby mamas. No one had nothing to say about that. Y'all have all this energy from Megan Clay and whoever else. I'm just saying. So today's topic is, and you can hate it or love it. And this is not a pick on black men, but I just feel like, again, going back to what we did discuss yesterday, we got to do better. Clean, come on. Girls, and I'll say boys, because I'm gonna play a clip from I forgot what his name is, but he's an actor, and he talks about how, what up, clean. He talks
Yo, what
about
up?
how that at a very early age that they knew he was feminine, that they knew he was soft, so they sent him to therapy. And then the therapist said, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with him. He just needs a father figure in his life." So the mother went and got a man, and then this man started raping him from the time he was 7 to 12 years old. So, I just want to say it's not just the women that are experiencing. Again, it goes back to what we talked about yesterday. But today's topic is violence against women and girls, and I would say some men. A man's issue that manifests, uh, or turns into a woman's problem. Because it seems like, and I wish I would have downloaded this clip of this other lady that was talking, where she said, we are taught to, we're not to be hoes, to dress a certain way, to do this, to do that, to carry pepper spray, to carry knives, to protect ourselves. But we ain't the ones attacking. It's you men that are attacking women. So, what up, Clean? What do you have to add to this topic today?
Um,
It's a lot. It's a lot to unpack. I know.
it's a fun. I mean, to me, it's a funny topic. I think.
I don't think it's funny because there are definitely women out here losing their lives. And then I just talked about 62 million men visit a online R Academy website just in February on how to R their wives, drug them and R them. 62 million men.
I mean, look. I think that it's easy to, with the way media works today and the way social media works and the way information. Because there was a time where like there was just like three news stations, right? Like ABC News, NBC, or something like that, right? And then like you watch the news at 8 o'clock at night after the kids go to bed. And that was like our only source of knowing what's going on in the world outside of our neighborhood, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now there's just an overabundance of sources. You can follow certain pages, you can watch certain YouTube or TV, or there's just like an overabundance of like information being served to you. And I say that because I mean, if you really think about it, you can choose any topic and zero in on it and then say this is a problem. Like it don't have to be this one. It could be anything. You could essentially
Okay, but
you could
is there not
villainize any group.
is there not a problem with the violence going on with women?
I don't think that there's more of a problem than there ever was.
It seems like it's more of a problem when you have, I don't even know how many cases. I
It
can
seems like
I
it
can read all
because,
these victims that have been unalived just in 2026, and we just started 2026.
but what I'm saying is, it seems like it is because you can choose that to zero in on now. Before, it was only what the new, like for instance, I could say that there's a problem with car theft more than there ever has been before, right? And it's not necessarily that there's so much more car thefts than there was in 1991 now. It's just that this is the topic I've chosen to zero in on, and there's a million news sources that'll feed it to me, and they'll get on my algorithm, and I'm gonna see it every day when I'm scrolling, and I'm talking on the phone with my homeboy about it, and you know the phones listen to us. So now on my Facebook, on my IG, wherever I go, it's car theft, car theft, car theft. And now all of a sudden I'm like, oh man, car theft is more. Motherfuckers are stealing cars the same way they was in 1983. It just depends on what you choose to zero in on. And now I will say that violence against violence against humans in general has always been a thing. Humans are violent by nature. We've
No,
been
but the point I'm trying to bring home is women are not committing the violence against one another, and I'm not trying to bash no black men today. So please don't think this is a bashing, and this is trying to bring awareness to what is going on, with women, especially black women. Did you hear me play the clip with the black woman who said, "Because y'all are very quick to go into bashing mode when it comes to certain Megan Thee Stallion," she just named. She named Sierra and Russell situation. But y'all are very silent when it comes to these other outside issues, like the man in Louisiana that murdered his entire family. Crickets. Nobody has nothing to say about that. And this was a white woman that said it. A good man or a good person is holding other men accountable for their bullshit. And I don't see a lot of y'all doing that. I'm going to be real.
But you can choose to do it in any direction. That's what I'm trying. Like for instance, I could say the highest domestic violence numbers in the country are in lesbian relationships.
Okay,
Right? Like lesbian relationships has the
know that
highest.
fact though? Do you know that? Do you
Yeah,
have proof?
this is a fact.
Okay.
When lesbian relationships has the highest percentage rate of domestic violence caused to police officers, right? So I could zero in on that and say, damn, women got an issue with violence. Or I could look at the abortion numbers on black women and say, damn, black women don't like children. Or I could, but that's not necessarily the case. That's just if whatever group I
I
want to
get
whatever group I want to victimize and whatever group I
I
want to
get
villainize, I can do that.
listen to what this white lady was saying. Excuse me, this YT lady. Because again, it goes back to holding others accountable for their bad behaviors. And we have to stop making excuses.
As men
Here we
hate
go.
women. The fact that this is on the heels of Epstein files. This is on the heels of just yesterday, Justin Fairfax killing his wife and then himself while his children are in there. This is CNN exposing a global rape academy that had 62 million hits in a month of men going, and whether they're partaking or they're just watching videos on how to drug your partner and then rape her while she sleeps.
You don't think that's crazy?
And if you want, and I love men, I love you guys, I love Steve, I love my husband, I have lots of guy friends, but it's just, the hits just keep coming as far as women being sacrificial lambs for the whims of men and their sexual desires. And it is exhausting. It's frustrating that you keep hearing women be the ones who are so angry about this. To be a good guy, it's more than just not being a bad guy.
It's calling out the bad behavior.
It's calling out your
We've
friends.
done.
It is calling out the men in your circles. It is being loud about this, as loud as women.
And to go back to my point, I want to play this clip because y'all get so radio silent when it comes to certain things. It has been a lot of men on my social yapping about this Megan Clay thing. Yapping. I ain't never seen so many men yapping. I liked it when y'all was silent and quiet.
How cute is that?
Sorry.
Nah, she a baby mama. She a baby mama. Russell a simp, bro. He a simp. Real man ain't gonna take care of nobody else kid.
Oh my gosh, this is so terrible. This is like the fourth
y'all.
story I've seen this week. Mind you, it's Tuesday, of a man killing his wife and the whole family. Hold on. You don't have nothing to say about that one? Oh, because you was talking about what men be. No way. how cute Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion are dating. I love that for her. That is
Man,
so
she
free Tory.
He apologized for picking her up. Lame. Everybody get a turn with her.
Everybody get a turn for two. Free Tory.
She don't deserve love.
Oh my gosh, have you seen this story? It's awful. This young teenage boy stomped a girl out. I'm talking about kicked her in the head because she didn't want to give up her phone number. They're really starting younger and younger with the violence, huh?
And I just talked about that yesterday.
Wait, nothing. Hold on. Still nothing. What do you mean Clay cheated on Megan after all she did with the...
My boy Clay, he a real nigga.
She was lying to her dumb ass believe. I always knew he was the truth, man.
Hold on, here's the
Real man cheat on these. You got cheat on these. I thought she was the one because she was...
And these are the examples. Hold on, let me read some comments, clean. Big Mike said, I agree with him. It's all about what's being targeted. These algorithms are driving. Mama said, these are real life stories, and you seem to be saying it's not a big deal because it's not being reported.
I didn't say it's not a big deal.
Now, instead of talking about the problem, typical man. Big Mike Sexy said, no one is diminishing the severity of it, but treat it like it's more crazy men out there than saying it's false. No, I'm treating it like there is a problem going on when it comes to women, and I can only speak as a Black woman. It seems like I can name names. It's a lot. And again, we about to be 5 months into 2026. It's too many. Mama said, I hear you making excuses, clean, but how many of them are killing each other? Mama said accountability and where it is for the men who do bad things. Gemini Smiley said, that's wild. Yes, she needs to give it up willingly. No, these men have a site. There's 62 million of them on this site talking about how they can rape, and drug their wives. But yet, there's not a violence issue. That's not a violence issue. Mama said, clean, not hearing it. Look at his expression.
Nah, it ain't that I'm not hearing it. It's just that, like, sometimes I be thinking like, damn, just stay away from us then. Like, motherfuckers want us to be bad so much. Like, it's like, yo, like, I get it. There's women putting their kids in the fucking microwave. There's women throwing their babies in the dumpster. There's like, I mean, there's like every demographic of human is messed up in a way. Like, I get it. Yeah, some dude murdered his family in New Orleans the other day. Some woman left her kids at a truck stop the other day. So like it.
I think
You know what I'm saying? So for instance, I could literally change the subject of the show and just zero in on a particular topic and say, you know what? I think women don't like children anymore. If you look at the child abandonment, the women that abuse their children, the abortion rate, I could say women don't like children anymore. Is there a problem with women and children?
We're not talking about women. We are talking about men, and there is an issue. You don't want to see that there's an issue, but
I didn't say I don't want to see that there's an issue. What I'm saying is there's always been an issue. These issues have always existed.
No, like
it's not more now than ever. These issues have always existed. Yeah, men are violent. Men like sex a lot. Men rape. Men kill. I agree. I'm not saying that men don't. Okay. Like I'm not saying that men don't. Like,
but why is it always turned around to be it's the woman? You see how you try to try to act at us and put it on the woman? This is what we're talking. This is what the question is today.
All right. So look. You know what? I'll agree to do this. Let's say we'll do Men Are the Problem week and just focus on men being a problem this week. If next week we do Women Are the Problem week.
Is the problem when it comes to men? That is what we're talking about today. The violence that is going on. Y'all are very chatty patties when it comes to bashing Meg Thee Stallion and her relationship. But my issue is, what I have an issue is, y'all are very quiet when it comes to, I just told you, there are 62 million men that are registered for an R site. You don't see that as a problem? 62 million men.
What? what? Okay, yeah, that's a problem. For one, I don't know what a R site is. I don't know,
Rape
like,
Academy. That's what it's called.
I don't even know how that's allowed to be a website. That's like serialkiller.com or something.
And it
Learn
was
how to kill somebody and get
it
away with it or something. You know what I'm saying?
it was found and it was reported by CNN. So this is a real site.
So I'm saying, like,
62 men visited online.
so once it was found, was it then restricted from the internet or?
I have no idea. Was it taken down? I have no idea. I just know that there's a site, and it probably wasn't because it's probably ran by some good old boys.
No, but well, because I'm saying is like, I think for one, even a large issue too would be like these types of sites that because that would be considered the dark web, just like the child p sites or all of that, like stuff that's considered dark web. It's supposed to be restricted by the government. So whatever site this is, yeah, it's bad that so many dudes visited it, but also the site needs to be shut down immediately. Like any site that's like, because there are sites like my brother works in animal rescue, and they literally have animal torture sites where like people can go learn how to torture their cat, torture dogs, and like that's what I'm saying. Like these types, like there's sick people that just exist in the world, and these types of sites got to be flagged and shut down.
That's 62 million men. Hold on, because this guy's gonna break it down. That's a lot of fucking men. Because y'all don't even make up. He breaks it all the way down. I'll let him talk because I was disgusted by hearing this.
And we need to hold each other accountable for this shit. I will fucking escort a woman to the damn bear at this point. The fuck? 62 million men. 62 million men who are married have a site dedicated to talking to others and sharing information about raping their own wives. Here's why this is significant. There is a total of 162 million men in America.
Listen to the breakdown, Cleveland.
Right? 162 million men in America, according to the last census. That means that very close to 40 fucking percent of men in the country of the United States of America are on this website.
You don't find that disturbing? 40% of the men are on this site. This is what I talk about when it comes to accountability. You have to hold these men to the fire. 62, 40.
Let me ask you a question. How is this not? For one, yes, okay. Men, we're bad, and the men that are doing this, y'all are bad. I condemn y'all. I hate y'all. Y'all are bad. Y'all should be locked up in jail. Black women are queens, and we should treat them like queens. Um,
Issues.
no. Because I think that's what is wanted. People want to hear us, like, I guess, condemn these guys, and yeah, that's like a bad thing. Like, for one, I want to know too what the like this site, because in other countries, like let's say is some Islamic countries or Iran or something like that, where this is like a more of a typical thing.
Yeah.
um I want to know, like, how is these numbers uh segmented to just like American male IP addresses? Like, is this not a website that anybody can go to? Because I would like to know what percentage of actual American males this is versus males in general. Because if it's
What?
males in general, you could get a lot shit. Half or more
I
than
don't.
half of those
He said.
visits
He
could
said.
be.
He said in this country. He
I
didn't say.
want to see those numbers, just like you said you wanted to see the numbers that I brought up about domestic violence and
What do
lesbian
you need to see
relationships.
about? What do you need to see
No, no,
about?
no. The reason why I say I want to see the numbers is because there are countries where this is more customary. So what I'm saying is, if a lot of those visits could come from men in countries that this is more customary versus just an American dude
He
from Nebraska.
said it was 62 men, and he broke it down to you. The census. He broke it down. He said that equates to 40% of men. That is a lot of men. That's a large number of men. 62 million men visit this site.
So, but I'm saying, like, I guess what I'm saying is when I say something, you want to know the numbers and you want to know if it's true.
But
How is this guy just true?
he gave you the numbers.
I know
You,
he gave it to me, but how do we know that this is actually true?
this came from CNN, so CNN reported this. You can Google it. You can look it up.
Look, okay.
I
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Do
this
you think? Do
this is
you
what I'm
think?
talking about with the accountability because
No, what did I just say before this?
you
I
did,
said this is
but that's
bad. No man should
but that
ever put his hands.
nah. It can't be what that shit is not right in no, on no levels in
I
no.
didn't say it was. No man should ever put his hands on a woman. Anybody that does that should be put in prison or punished to the highest extent of the law. I would never condone violence on women. I've had women be violent towards me. I've never been violent towards women. I've had women try to stab me, hit me, choke me while I'm driving. I've had women do all that. I've never put my hands on a woman. I was raised by a woman.
Okay.
I don't condone any violence towards women. What I'm trying to say is I can condemn these guys all day, right? I would beg to say a lot of men who do these things, I believe that there could be mental illness associated with it.
60
Um,
men. Sheesh, that's a
yeah.
lot of men.
Well, I mean, what I'm saying is, no. I'm not saying the men that, in
Are,
particular, that visited the site. I'm saying men in general that are violent in general and violent towards women. I think that there is mental illness tied to it as far as like you gotta be pretty you gotta have a lack of a barricade to be able to like punch a girl in the face like she's a man. Like I don't think a normal person could do that. Like there has to be something for a girl that's, I don't know, 5'1", 110 pounds, and you just deck her in the face like she a dude. You gotta be a different person to be able to do that. Or I remember out here like a couple years ago, this dude shot his baby moms in the face at the train station, at the MARTA station. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that that's just like a regular guy. Like, I think there's something different to be able to do that.
yeah.
And you know, I think that that's something that also needs to be addressed too. Is like, how is this happening? You know, how many people walking the streets right now should actually be in a mental institution
And
versus being able to
yeah,
just exist in society? Because this country, we don't take care of our veterans, we don't take care of our mentally ill,
yeah.
our medical uh situation is terrible. You know, we don't, so I think that too should be brought in the conversation. Is like, yo, what are we gonna do about all these people roaming the streets that shouldn't be
No,
in free society?
yeah, I agree with you. And it seems like, I don't know, like after COVID, it just peaked even more, like the health thing. Hold on, let me read some comments. Mama said typical answer. Y'all say women don't take accountability, either do men. It's disturbing that men won't see it as a true report. A Gemini, Smiley said half of the 62 million probably locked up. Yeah, no, I don't believe that. But they probably don't look like me or you. So I will say that. Mama said a lot of the time it's learned behavior. OC said some men saw their dad do it to their mom as kids and they think it's okay. And that brings me to my other point because I want to play this clip by Billy Porter. New folks, we're talking about violence. Hold on. Let me read it verbatim because I got it right here. Violence against women and girls, and I'll say some men too. Is it a men's issue that turns into a woman's problem? because it seems oftentimes we get the blame for the that is bestowed upon us. And then I want to play this Billy Porter clip. Get a tissue because it's sad. I didn't even know this story about Billy Porter. And I want to ask you a question too, Clean Clean. Would you let a man watch your son as a babysitter?
No.
Why?
Well, I'll say this. It like if it's like my brother
Mm,
or you know
yeah.
what I'm saying. Now,
Would you?
mind you, I'm that way about women too with my son. Like and the reason I say that is because I think just like I said, there's a lot of people roaming the streets that should be in mental institutions. I think there's a lot of people that don't understand what is appropriate and inappropriate when it comes to kids of low ages. I
So
think
would you, yes or no, let a man watch your child? Would you let a man babysit your child?
I think when it comes, I think it depends on the male or female. I can't. I mean, like you saying that's like that's almost like asking me, would I let a woman watch my kid?
But
What women are
you
we talking about?
probably you probably would let a woman watch it. You'd be more comfortable with a woman
No, what
child.
woman are we talking about though?
You would
Let,
be more.
let, let, let me explain this to you. When we talk about these subjects, a lot of people you're gonna speak from your own personal experiences because you can't jump in another person's body and
You didn't
experience
answer
theirs.
the question though.
No,
Would
no,
you?
no.
No, no,
I
no.
just
You said no. Why would you not let a man watch your kid?
but you
No, no, no.
I just
I don't
told
need no
you.
explanation. I just need the first answer that comes to your mind. Why would you not let a man watch your kid?
It depends on the
Huh?
man.
You said no.
Well,
Why would
you just but that's a general question. Like it depends on the man. Like my son's
would
granddad,
you
my pops,
let,
yeah, he can watch my kid.
would you let a random man babysit your child?
I wouldn't let a random man or female
Why?
babysit my child. I just
Why?
told you.
I believe you would let a random if you found
Why
a baby.
why would I just let some random woman watch my kid?
Come on, Kyla. Okay, let me.
Hold on. Give me 60 seconds to explain this to you.
Okay.
Like I said, everything is based on a person's personal experiences, right? I just told you that I've had women be violent towards me,
Mhm.
right? I've had women put hands on me. I've had women try to get me locked up. I have women steal from me. I just told you the other day that I've had to pay over $100,000 just to get to be a father in my child's life, right? So, with me telling you all of that of my experiences with women, why would you think I would let any random woman watch my child? It goes both
You would
ways.
more
It don't.
comfortable.
It depends on the woman. Is it me? Is it my fiance? Is it my auntie or my best friend? Yeah, they can watch
Ain't
my
none of
son.
them people
Is
is
it the random? You talk about the random lady up at the Texaco? No, she can't watch my son. The
no.
random dude
I'm
up at the
talking
Texaco? No, he
about
can't watch my son.
I'm talking about if you get a babysitting service. Who are you choosing? You're not choosing a man to watch your child, right?
Well,
You're
and the baby. So I'll get no. I'll give you an example. My fiance is a professional nanny. She owns her own agency,
okay.
and she has male and female nannies in her agency.
Okay.
It when it comes to families vetting for a nanny, it all depends on references, referrals, resume, and stature. Like this is what we was talking about the Meg thing the other day when your homegirl was like, the past don't matter, and I'm like, no, your past matters. Your resume is everything. So whether it's a male or female nanny, it depends on their credentials. It's not about a man or a female. It's about your credentials in childcare.
I think you would be comfortable with a man watching your child.
It
Okay.
depends on their credentials, but I don't. For one, I wouldn't use a nanny service. Not no diss to my my fiance. Her business is great, but me personally, I'm very protective over my child, whether it's males or females. And like I said, you talking to a person. I ain't never had a dude outside of dudes I done fought like growing up, just in the neighborhood. I ain't never had a dude be violent towards me. I've had women be violent towards me, but that's my personal experience.
No, I get what you're saying, but to have a real conversation, What would you would prefer a woman over a man to watch your son, right?
It depends on the credentials, and it depends on the credentials. A woman, let me say something, like because the mindset is that a man would be sooner to molest or abuse the child, right?
Okay, that's where I was trying to go with it.
Yeah, I think a woman, same way, would be susceptible to molest or kidnap the child.
Okay.
Let's say you get a woman who can't have children, she's childbearing or something like that to watch your kid. She might be susceptible to kidnap your child if she really loves your child and gains a connection. She could take your kid.
Yeah.
Or the man could get mad and punch your kid. Or you like I think humans, I look at humans as humans because like I said, my personal experience, I've experienced women be violent. I've experienced women try to put men in prison and take their freedom away. I've experienced women lie on men. You saw the woman who lied on Tupac and said that he raped her, and she did the interview and said she did it just for the attention and all that. That man lost 2 years of his life.
Yeah.
And he
Unfortunate.
ain't never even touched you. Like that's why I say like I look at men and women as deviants equally.
I'm a,
I don't look at it like that. You know what I'm saying?
for my men on here. Which would you rather prefer? Would you rather prefer to have a female babysitter or a male babysitter? And then I want to play this Billy Porter clip because again we're talking about violence and when it manifests. You know, does it turn violence against women, and I would even say women, girls, and young boys. Is it a man's issue that manifests into a woman's problem? Because it does seem like, you know, no matter what the woman does, and I wish I had this other clip of the woman where she said we're taught to carry pepper spray, carry knives, to dress a certain way, not be hoes.
Well, that's because y'all are biologically y'all are physically inferior, so you need weapons like
But we're
to
taught,
protect yourself.
we're not the ones. We're not the ones attacking. That's what she was. The point she was making. We're being attacked by somebody, and it's not other women.
Yeah, it is. Y'all fight each other. There's
No,
literally a whole reality TV is a whole industry of
but
women
that's
being
not.
confrontational with each other.
I'm talking about like DV attacks and stuff
No,
like.
no, I agree with you. Men do attack women, but what I'm saying is y'all have to carry these things in the
That.
case of that because of the physical inferiority of a man versus a female. Yeah, if I had a daughter, I would say the same thing. Carry some pepper spray or a knife or whatever,
Yeah,
because in case you get attacked by a man, you 9 times out of 10 you're gonna lose in hand-to-hand combat. You know what I'm
but
saying?
always met with if we are attacked, we're not believed when we are attacked. Or what was she wearing or what was she doing if we have the wrong thing on? You see what I'm saying?
No, I agree with that. I personally think that changed about 8 years ago with the Me Too movement. I think it went from y'all not being believed to actually being damn near over believed. It changed. The Me Too movement ushered in a whole movement of all you gotta do is say one thing and this person's career is over, their credibility is over, da, 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 da. Like so I do agree with you. Before there was like women wasn't getting believed when there was dudes getting away with stuff, there all that. I agree with that. I do think that in modern day times it's a little different now.
Okay. Um, New folks, and I'm gonna play this clip of violence against women and girls and some young boys. Is it a man's issue that turns into a woman's problem? That is what we're talking about. And then I want to play this Billy Porter clip because he was actually molested by a man that his mother had married. So take a listen.
5 years old and can barely
And then Jemai
comprehend
Smiley,
five.
I got you.
Um, my family was nervous that I was too much of a sissy, and I was sent to a psychologist every day after kindergarten for a year. My mannerisms at 5 years old were not what they were supposed to be. So the messaging is something's wrong with you and you need to be fixed immediately. Immediately, you need to be fixed. 5 years old. After this year of evaluation, the nice psychologist, doctor, white man, he said to my mom, "Oh, Billy's fine. He's fine. Maybe you should just get a man around him to be more of a man. Within a year, my mother had met and married my stepfather, who proceeded to molest me from the time I was 7 to the time I was 12. The psychologist said, get a man around the house to teach you to be more of a man. That's 5. By 7, the man that my mother found was giving me my man lessons, right? That's what a 5-year-old thinks. When you say that in front of a child, that's what I thought. Oh, these are my man lessons.
So that was him. Again.
His
It just
mother, his. I'll say this: the guy, the stepfather, definitely was the evil person. And like I said, anybody, um,
said he was evil.
anybody that I have a kid, and I'm a single parent. I got my kid full time. I coach his sports teams. You know, I'm children are innocent, man. Anybody that like has the ability to manipulate.
Clean, clean.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
You
my
said
bad.
anybody.
Yeah, somebody was trying to call me. Yeah, anybody
They're trying to
that
they're blowing you up.
I know, right? Anybody that has the ability to manipulate or abuse a child, especially children like 5, 6, 7 years old, man, that's like pure evil to me. Like pure evil. That man that did that definitely was evil, and should be imprisoned. And I also think though that Billy Porter's mom also failed him too by putting him in that by putting that person in the household. The same way I feel like the parents whose children was involved with R. Kelly or Michael or allegedly the Michael Jackson
Yeah.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a parenting issue. How the Michael Jackson and R. Kelly thing? What parent lets their kid just go stay days at a time at a stranger's house,
Yeah.
regardless of if the person's a celebrity or not? Regardless if the person's a man or a woman or anything, what parent allows their child to be in the care of a stranger for multiple days? That's
Right.
a parenting failure. Parenting is a very I approach parenting the way Michael Jordan approached basketball. Like
Okay.
it's everything to me. And these kids, they don't know what's best for them. If I
Yeah.
let my son make his own choices, he eating ice cream for breakfast and he going to sleep at 1 in the morning watching TV. He needs my guidance. He needs me to steer him.
Yeah.
Parenting is a very serious thing. And I think a lot of people, men and women, they don't take it very seriously. And I think that's like the number one issue on why a lot of these people grow up to be violent, sexually disturbed. It's a parenting failure.
So
I think that is the most major issue in America is one, we don't even really like kids that much anymore. Most people just want to live for self and
yeah.
enjoy. Like we don't really the nuclear families kind of died. And for two, a lot of people that do have kids, they don't take parenting seriously enough. They're neglectful, they're
Mm-hmm.
lazy, they're wasteful. And we're seeing a generation of those kids that were neglected and not wanted, we're seeing them become adults now and they're
Mm-hmm.
becoming violent and they're becoming sexually sick, and this is the result of bad parenting.
So I'm gonna play devil's advocate for a second. And Gemini Smiley, he said, I used to be, I used to be leave women and kids alone, but women started attacking, and then it opened all doors. Gemini Smiley, what do you mean by that? They started attacking. It started attacking you or the children's. I'm gonna play devil's advocate because this goes back to what we've been chatting about today, with who is to blame in these situations. Because is it the man should you did say he should assume responsibility. He should be in jail,
Mhm.
but how does this turn into the mama's problem? because I mean, Mama may not have known the background or the history of this man and didn't know that he was a predator.
Not well. See, that's the thing, and this is something I learned in life. And this is something I tell my son, right? Like, if he gets in trouble in school, or they say, oh, they were talking too much, right, or something like that. The first thing he gonna say is, it there was them, they was did it out, and I always tell him, like, I don't care. You are going to be held accountable for any room that you in, regardless of if you're the only person in the room or if it's 20 people in the room.
Okay.
You got to learn discernment and how to separate yourself from certain things, because at the end of the day, it always comes down to you. So when it comes down to a situation of not vetting a person deeply enough before leaving them in the care of your children, I think that here's the thing. When it comes to, we talked about yesterday about the equality thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Men and women, we're either equal or we're not. Meaning, if you finesse me, the outlook generally is, I'm a simp, I got finessed, I should have knew better. If I finesse you, the outlook is, I'm a womanizer, I manipulated that girl, how dare you? And it's like, well, wait a minute. If we're both equal-minded adults, we should both have equal accountability on discernment. It can't be, I'm stupid and I should have knew better, but you're a poor girl that got manipulated. No, we both 35 years old. Like, we should both know better.
I
So
think
that's why I say, like,
they low
like
key.
when it comes to equality, it's like, are women equal to us, or are y'all actually kind of like different? And mentally, there is a less of a capacity, so there should be a certain level of you can't do that to a woman versus a man.
I think
Like,
what
you know what I'm
connection
saying?
comes clean is when you guys lie and you say you want more and you act like this person, y'all are this person, and then 6 months down the line, your real person shows, and that ain't what we signed
But,
up for.
but y'all do that too. Let me tell you something. Most of these dudes are
Okay.
created by the girl who broke their heart in college.
But
Who,
why do you put that up? Because we don't. Well,
well,
we I don't carry baggage into my next relationship, and I don't recommend
but
women carry
most people
baggage.
do.
Yeah, but you guys could get your heart broken as teenagers, and you will rock with that from the time you are teenagers, 20s, 30s. Y'all don't let that hurt go.
But Didi, that's the same way of a person who got abused when they was 14. They gonna carry, like, we carry our experiences. Like, that's what life is.
But
That's why I was telling you.
not
That's why
that
I
easy
was.
either, though, clean,
That's
clean.
why I was. That's why I was telling your homegirl the other day. The past matters so much. What I'm saying is, a lot of dudes, especially dudes that was raised by single women, we were genetically engineered to give women the benefit of the doubt because we were raised by our mom and we watched our mom get hurt or get, whatever, lied to, whatever. What happens is, a lot of men, whether it be high school, college, or even a young adult, had situations where they got with a woman.
Put up on TNT.
They got with a woman, they loved her, they gave all their resources, all of that, and she was curious about what else is out there. And then this guy gets left for a dude that's taller or that got more money or
But
that's
y'all
more
carry with y'all all throughout your life.
y'all do
No,
too.
no, no, no.
Everybody
But
does.
y'all are quick to scream. Y'all need to stop carrying your baggage. Stop bringing your old relationship into your new relationship. Isn't that
No,
what
no,
some?
no, no, no. Yeah, I mean, for one, everybody should do that, but that's not necessarily something that people can do. Like true, like your homegirl Healing Hurt was saying that day. True healing is like a very rare thing. Most people carry their traumas for life.
Yeah,
Like, it's not like even most people who claim to be healed, they're lying. Like, they're still the same triggered person. They just got to get put in the right situation to get triggered.
I promise. Clean. I'm not carrying like I had my heart broken when I was in high school. Don't need. I don't even remember that fool's first or last name. I
But
promise
look,
you I
you
don't.
are you might be a part of a rare company. I'm tall. I'm 6'5". That's a rare thing. I can't look at everybody like, why you ain't 6'5"? You know what I'm saying? Like no, for
All right,
real.
hold on.
Like we gotta
Okay.
understand when we're in rare percentages. You know what I'm saying? Like
I,
most people don't have that.
hold on, let me read some comments. Mama said, I haven't heard you say the man who killed his kids were evil. And Mama said, not all
He
bad kids
is.
come from bad parenting. It's normal. Someone you know who, it's normal. Someone you know could molest your children. Gemini Smiley said, we all got to take accountability on who we choose to lay with or have around our kids. Absolutely. Mama said, I agree with that. Most men are damaged because of past relationships. Mama said, even worse when a man who gets left for a woman. Facts. What up, got you, Open ENT and new folks? Welcome to Discussions with
What
Didi Park.
up? What up? What
We've
up?
been talking about violence against women and girls and even young boys because we heard a video clip from Billy Porter and him talking about how his stepdad molested him from the time he was 7 to 12. Is it a man's issue that turns into a woman's problem? Because it seems like sometimes it does. You know, the violence against, well, what was this woman doing? Why didn't this woman leave? Like this lady was talking about in this video of the woman who was killed in front of her kids. I forgot what up, FA, that was killed in front of her kids. She was unalived in front of her kids. You had some people saying, "Oh, well, she should have left the situation. Why did she stay in this situation?" Well, she was trying to leave that situation. So hold on. Got you, Open ENT. I want to play this clip, and this is not even by a black woman. This is from a YT woman speaking on the violence against women. Hold on. If I'm trying to get it to play, here we go.
The fact that this is on the heels of Epstein files. This is on the heels of just yesterday, Justin Fairfax killing his wife and then himself while his children are in there. This
That's
is
okay.
CNN exposing a global rape academy that had 62 million hits in a month of men going and whether they're partaking or they're just watching videos on how to drug your partner and then rape her while she sleeps. And if you want, and I love men, I love you guys, I love Steve, I love my husband, I have lots of guy friends, but it's just, the hits just keep coming as far as women being sacrificial lambs for the whims of men and their sexual desires. And it is exhausting. It's frustrating that you keep hearing women be the ones who are so angry about this. To be a good guy, it's more than just not being a bad guy.
It's calling out the bad behavior.
It's calling out your
Which we've
friends.
done.
It is calling out the men in your circles. It is being loud about this as loud as women are about it. And it is
All right, so you heard her, and did you hear? Got you, Open ENT. 62 million men are registered for this R site, an R Academy. 62 million men.
Oh, girl. Cry me a goddamn river.
What do you mean? Cry you a river?
I just think it's real. I'm listening to her. First of all, I didn't hear any previous conversation. I just got on. And I just
Okay,
heard her crying and whining because it's something that's happening to women, right?
okay, that's a
And
problem.
all I hear
Why
is
do you think
somebody
that's a
crying
problem?
and whining. The
Why
reason
don't
why is because she's dealing with a struggle that is legitimate, and I'm not denying that. But there are plenty of legitimate struggles that men deal with singly too, right? I don't hear her. And I hate to do the gender thing because it
yeah,
shouldn't
here
be
you go.
about that. But what I hear her when she says there are 62 million men or whatever looking at videos of how to seduce their women or something like
That
that.
said, no, she said rape.
Well, okay, right there, women. I hear 150 million women trying to figure out how they can play a man out of money, how they can get a dude to have a baby with them,
What?
how they can. What I'm saying is there are men that are sick that are taking advantage of the women, but there are so many women that take advantage of men. And what I'm saying is the selective outrage is what's funny. It's not necessary. It's like how you just gonna group men together like that and be like, oh man. We I got a brother, I got a husband, I got a lot of male friends, but just to see this and these men, it's just like, so
Yeah,
you
because
just grouping
he's
all
talking
men.
about holding other men accountable. Like you just said, oh, there's women out here hustling men. What does that have to do with 62 million men signing up for a damn rape
Like,
academy?
the
FA,
reason, the
explain.
reason,
Please explain
because
to
the
me. What
reason,
does that have to do with 62 million men trying to drug and rape their wives? Please explain
the
it to me.
only thing I believe some of that them numbers are skewed, but let's just
No,
go
you
by
don't.
it
Because
being true. Let's go by it being true. Let's suggest that it's true. The only reason why, the only thing I had something to do with is the fact that she said, and it's not enough for good men to just acknowledge it. They gotta say something.
why can't you though? Y'all
No,
speak
I'm not
about
saying
everything
no. The
else.
question is
You
no,
got an
no.
opinion about Megan and
DD,
Clay. You
DD. The
got an
question
opinion
wasn't
about Russell
about.
and Sierra, but you ain't got an opinion about this.
I didn't say, but the question
Okay.
wasn't about. The question was not about.
Hey, Joey.
Can I say something? I'm telling you, my response to her is I just want her to want this. She's passionate about this because it's affecting her and her
No, okay.
gender.
Let me
And
play.
because when things affect us, I
Let
want
me
her to say,
play.
you know
Let me
what?
play another
These
clip
things
for you.
are targeting men and women. It's not good enough for you guys to just not say nothing.
Let
Y'all
me
need to
play
say something
another
too.
clip for you, FA, since you think it's just women.
Say it again.
No, I'm gonna play another clip for you since you think it's just women speaking out. What up, Super Pad? Because
No,
we're
that's
gonna
what the lady said.
no. I'm gonna play another clip for you, and this is a man speaking. Hold on, because we got some new folks. Welcome to Discussions with Dee Dee Parker. We're talking about violence against women, girls, and even some little boys. Is it a man's issue that turns into a woman's problem? FA, I'm starting to think it is. Just because of what you just said. So listen to what this man says about 62 million men have signed up for this rape academy, and you tell me how that's a good thing. And you compare it to y'all struggles, please. I don't want to hear that.
We need to hold each other accountable
And
for
this is
this
another
shit.
man speaking.
I will fucking escort a woman to the damn bear at this point. The fuck?
The fuck out of here.
2 million men. 62 million men who are married have a site dedicated to talking to others and sharing information about raping their own wives. Here's why this is significant. There is a total of 162 million men in America, right? 162 million men in America, according to the last census. That means that very close to 40 fucking percent of men in the country of the United States of America are on this website.
40% of men are on this website. And Gemini Smiley, it is 62 men that have actually visited this site. This is a thing, a report that CNN had put out a month or so ago. Mama said once again, FA blames everything. But we know he got some past
62% of men ain't even married.
50. He said 42.
Right.
He said 42%.
No, you
Listen,
said
No.
62.
no, I said 62 million men. But
Oh,
he broke.
62 million men.
Yes, yes, y'all gotta listen.
So basically,
Y'all not listening.
so if the marriage rate is so low, it's basically saying damn near every married man is trying to figure out how to rape their wife.
Well, the way he broke it down, the census. Should I play
He-
it back to you guys?
This,
Because
what I'm
y'all are
saying.
not listening to understand.
No,
Y'all.
what I'm saying is this widespread accountability thing. I don't think it'll ever exist anyway,
That's
because
because y'all don't hold y'all
no,
to
no,
the
no, 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 no,
fire.
no. What I'm saying is this. Look, let's say this. Let's say a bunch of dudes just spoke out and said, "Hey, this is bad. This is evil. Stop doing it." I don't think the people that's doing it is gonna stop. It's the same way with what we was talking about the other day about the issue with a lot of these women taking advantage of the family court laws and boxing fathers out. We could say the same thing.
No, you
Women,
can't.
y'all could
No, you
get family
cannot.
court laws
No, you
changed
cannot.
tomorrow.
The
If y'all
audacity.
advocated for it,
The
y'all could get it changed.
audacity of
So it's
y'all
the
trying
same
to
thing.
defend this action is.
I'm not defending the
Woo!
action. I'm saying what level of
Being
accountability.
reactional, DD. You being
I'm not being
reactional.
reactional.
Cause
Y'all are being
he
delusional.
never defended the actions at all.
No, but you're trying to make excuses for it by saying,
I'm
No,
"Oh,
not
these
he
making
women are out
no,
here
excuses for
no,
it.
tricking y'all out
no.
of money," which has absolutely nothing to do with anything. The fact that these men are doing this is completely nasty. And why there was a damn Epstein Island. And
No,
why
what did they
nobody said
do? All
nothing.
they did
Because
was
you men don't
look
speak
at
out.
something. First of all, they didn't do anything. They just looked at something. I need y'all to just because I look at something don't mean I
Okay.
did it. Let's start with that. Second of all, he's not
Yeah.
making a justification. He's providing an explanation. It's not the same thing. He's trying to give you a perspective. He's not even condoning what it is, but all sums don't
You
add to
guys
a
only
means.
Okay. Maybe I
So,
maybe
so
I
let me
maybe
ask
I
you
need
this.
to invite
And
this
so
up.
if I
Because
looked at
I'm hearing something
the
completely different than
website, does
what
that
you're
mean I'm
saying.
raping my wife? So if
What
I
did you
looked at the
say?
website, so if I went and somebody was like, "Hey, no, this is the website. This shit crazy," and I looked it up and looked at it, that mean I'm now raping my wife because I looked at it
Why would you go to a website like that to begin with?
because it's interesting. I may not be interested in trying to learn how to rape my wife, but I might be wanting to know what's going on. It's popular on social media. What
Did
is
he say
exactly
the
going on?
did he say the website was like rmywife.com or something like that?
Right. Like, what
Oh,
is this website?
Cause,
it,
and the reason why I ask is because what if it's disguised as something else? Like, there's a lot of men in sexless
Exactly.
marriages and relationships. What if they go in thinking how to spice up your sex life or your marriage,
that
Exactly.
and
is
it turns
not
out to
Exactly.
be
spice
something
up
else?
your sex life by going to a rape
No,
academy.
No,
but that's
he's
why I'm
Are
saying
you
saying
what
people
it may
are you
not be
people
presented
delusional?
that
but
way.
that's what I'm saying. It might not be rmywife.com though. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
It's a rape academy.
We
Y'all are
But
don't know that. How
stop
do we
it,
know
stop it,
that?
stop it, stop it, stop it, because y'all are not listening. You're only
No,
listening to
we're
defend
assuming
what
that
you
it's
want to
true.
defend. You're not listening to what these people are saying. You are not. The fact that you're even condoning this is what we are talking about. Y'all do not hold men to the flame. And this is why we are here with women in the violence. I will play back this clip for you. But yet you want to make excuses. Oh, there's women out here who are tricking and having men. That ain't got nothing to do with this. That's a completely different thing.
I want to know what the accountability.
See,
What's the expectation? Do you think if me and Hefe just make turn our lives into condemning these dudes that they'll stop?
why
Or
you can't do it? Why you can't do it? Why you can't do it? Y'all have everything to say about everything else. You make it a
I
point.
just
No, no, no,
before
no.
he jumped
You
on
make
here,
it
I
a
just
point
said
to
how
condemn.
bad it
You
is.
make it a point to condemn Megan and Clay and Megan the Stallion, but you don't make it a point to you want to defend this shit. That's the
No, I'm not defending it, Didi.
yes, you are.
I'm just a regular dude. I don't have a platform where I don't have you know what I'm saying. I'm not Anderson Cooper where I got a platform. I'm just a dude. I just told you before Hefe jumped on here. I condemn it. It's bad. Anybody that does it should be put in jail.
But you
But
make
I don't have a large media platform where I could actually make an imprint on that. That's all I'm saying.
but if men held more men feet to the fire when that Epstein stuff was going on, there wouldn't have been little kids on that island being sexually assaulted.
That was the
Men,
most
hold
rich and
on.
powerful men in the
Men
world.
knew about it,
Right.
and
And
no
that
one
was
said
rich white
nothing.
men. That was rich
Them
white
dudes
men.
is not in my
And ain't nothing
circle.
we can do about billionaires playing games with kids. That's been around since the beginning. That ain't got
There's
nothing
nothing
to
that
do
can be
with
done.
men. That got
You
nothing to do
say you
with
can do
men.
stuff, but
I don't hang out with
you
dudes
have
that
a
don't
lot.
raise their kids.
I
I don't hang out with dudes
I
that
don't
feel like
even
abuse
know
y'all
a
have a
women.
lot to
billionaire.
say when it comes to Meg the Stallion. You got a lot to say when it
Yeah,
comes
because
to
she a
Sierra,
nigga.
and
Because she a nigga from the
nothing to
community. She
say.
some
There was
I,
there was 8 kids unalived by
right,
a man, and nobody
right.
got nothing to say about that.
I do
Eight
have
kids.
something to say
We got
about
a
it.
lot
It's
to say about it.
terrible.
Shit happen in the hood every day. We got a lot to say about it. Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
I just told you how passionate I am about kids and parenting. I think that's the devil's work. That's the most bad thing ever. But outside of me saying that, what else happens? Like I'm just a dude. I don't hang out
As
with dudes that
loud and vocal
I
as
don't
you
hang
are
out.
about
No.
Megan, why
I'm
are you not loud and vocal when it
I'm
comes to
talking
the men
about
losing
I'm
their
talking
life?
about through actions. I don't
I
hang
can
out with
tell you. I
dudes
can tell you
that
why
ain't
I ain't
present
loud and
fathers in
vocal.
their children's
I ain't
lives.
loud and vocal because I don't get into rich white folk people problems.
That
That
ain't
ain't my world.
rich
I,
white. They was black in Louisiana. That was a black
no, I'm
father.
talking about Epstein. I thought you said something about Epstein and us men not. We could have said
It was
something and
black. Do you
prevented
know there were
that.
black on that island too?
No, I don't know who on the island. That's the
Yeah,
point I'm
there were
trying to
black.
make.
There were black.
Whether it was black people or not, all black people are not in the same room either. You got rich billionaire black people that only got white friends. They not a part of my
They
community
were
either.
taking kids and putting them on an island.
I understand that. What I'm saying is, you're fighting a losing battle. You think we can control what
Okay.
billionaires do? I'm
Okay.
I'm I'm just
No,
saying,
I'm not saying you
if it
can
was
control
happening in
billionaires.
the hood,
I
then
just
you
gave
would
you a
have a
good
point.
example.
You would
I
have a
just gave
point.
you a good example, and y'all still not loud and vocal about that. But
No,
you're
but
loud and vocal about everything else when it comes to Megan Thee Stallion. Oh, she's a hoe. She this, she
I'm
that.
gonna be
But
honest
y'all
with
ain't
you. I
got shit
haven't
to
heard
say.
any.
I
I
just
haven't
gave you
heard any
another
front
example.
page news. But I haven't heard any front page news of like black girls in the hood getting little kids getting raped. I'm be honest with you. I'm not aware of these type of things. I haven't heard of that. The last time I heard of a tragedy was the event you just told me, where the father killed like all his kids. But I
Or
haven't heard of these.
I just told you another event that happened yesterday where the little
What?
black boy body slammed a little girl.
Right? Yeah, but that happens in that's not like a
But
tragic event.
you see what I'm saying? And
But
then
that's not a track. That happens every day. That's kids doing kid dumb shit. You
no,
know what I'm saying? Girl,
no.
go to an elementary school. I mean, you'll see these things happen. Like kids, boys fight girls, girls fight boys in elementary all
But
the
y'all
time.
quiet and you're loud for the wrong stuff, is what I'm saying. Fa. Hold on, let me read some of these comments. Gemini, I read that already. Gemini say, play the lady talking and listen. Hold on, I'll play her back. Mama said, it's like when a man abuses a woman and the man will say, what did she do to deserve it? Super
That's a
passive
lot.
guys who look at children porn get convicted all the time. Joey Cake said, "Oh hell no! This is the first I've ever heard of this." Yes, Joey, it's been reported on CNN that
Me too. I never heard of this before either.
yeah. Well, I just learned of it. I
Yeah,
didn't
me
know about
too.
the R Academy, and I just learned about it. And
So
I
how
did not.
could we speak up on something we never heard of, Dee? I never heard
But
of no
when, no,
rape
no, no, no.
website, and I
I'm
don't
not.
even really
I
think
can't
that this
fault you
shit is
for
accurate.
Fa. I can't fault you for what you don't know. But now that you know, will you say something about it?
To
Is my
who?
point. Um.
Oh,
So
100%. Absolutely. If I knew anybody that was raping and drug, how about this? I can do you one better. I remember when the Molly culture was popular in DC, and they was what was that? Remember that song? Rick Ross lost all his endorsements when
She
he
don't
said
know. She don't even
she
know.
don't even know it. Put
Yeah.
Molly all up in that. She ain't even know it. He said,
Yeah.
and I took her home and I enjoyed that, and she ain't even know it. Let me tell you something. I never thought that was cool. And the people I was around was never doing that. It was a small community that was doing that shit. I ain't gonna lie. But it wasn't nobody I was around. And if it was somebody I was around and I seen them do some bozo shit like that, I would have pressed them. One, you don't need
okay.
to be so that's on my mother. That's the only time in my life that I ever seen even in the black community, people putting shit in black people drinks. To me, that was always some white people stuff. I've never seen that happening in the black community. I'm not saying it don't. I was just saying in my world, I never seen people do that. So and the time that I did see it become a little popular, I 100% would have spoke up against that. So I think we were arguing two different points. We do side with women, and we don't think rape culture is good at all. I wasn't condoning rape culture. Maybe I kind of came in on a topic that was a little too intense at the time. You know what I'm saying? Because I was never saying that
62 million
I would
men.
hurt somebody if I say, first of all, I'm the type of nigga, my wife don't want me doing this no more. But I'm the type of nigga that if I seen a nigga beating on his girl, I would step into it. And at least try to break it up. My wife say don't do that shit no more.
Yeah, you got to be careful with
You
that,
know
FA.
what I'm
You do.
saying? Let that hoe get beat up.
I've done that and almost got killed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's what I'm saying.
I've had on multiple occasions with a stranger and with somebody in my family. They was getting hands put on them. I stepped in and almost got my brains blew out. And she ended up still fucking with the dude later.
yeah, you got to be careful. FA don't know what happened. He left. Mama said, not Mama. Super Pat said, "Yep, I'm with Dee Dee. Those guys search for that stuff, and you got to be careful what you click on this internet too, because everything that you do can be held against you. Trust me, I know. Okay. So I'm speaking from experience. Everything you do can be held against you. It doesn't matter if you click on some shit by accident. They can hold that shit against you. Mama said, why not say it's wrong? It's okay, Tizzle. Super Pat said she's saying don't rationalize it. Mama said, OMG, did he say it's the hood? It happens every day. Shaking my head. What up, Jig? Mama said, what about that young rapper who murdered a 14-year-old girl, dismembered her body, and he was black? And what up, OC? New folks, welcome to Discussions with Didi Parker. We're going to go for a little bit longer. I don't know what happened with FA. He might have jumped off by accident, but we'll see if he'll get back on. We've been talking about violence, and this is, again, not a... I don't want y'all to think I'm coming. I just want men to hold men to the fire when they see other men and the bad behavior. So violence against women and girls, and I'll say young boys as well, is it a man's issue that turns into a woman's problem? Because it seems like a lot of these issues is like, oh, well, you know, I think we were talking about yesterday, the 13, 14-year-old boy that body slammed another little girl because she didn't want to date him. And FA said, oh, well, you know. And the mama defended him. And FA was like, well, that's what basically happens when you're raised by a single mom. But that shouldn't be the case. You know what I'm saying? That little boy needs to take responsibility. And the fact that where's the daddy? We got to put blame on the daddy, too. He could be an absentee daddy, but where is the daddy? So that's all I'm saying. Clean. And y'all in this damn this R Academy, I'm flabbergasted about
Yeah,
this.
I don't know what that is. Like because I think that I work in the in tech. I'm a web developer, and you know I work in a lot of GEO and SEO and stuff like that. And like, you know, there's tags and certain terms that flag your IP address. So like
Yeah,
for instance, if you search like R or you know pedo stuff like that type like if you do that consistently enough, your IP address will get flagged, and like the FBI will get notified and investigate. Like, so that's why I say certain websites, and not saying this one, I don't know this detailed case, but certain sites, they disguise themselves as other sites because otherwise they get flagged and they can't exist. So that's why I say sometimes it'll be disguised as something else, and then you go in there and you realize that it's my wife or whatever, right? And so
yeah,
what happens is you still get counted as a hit, as a visitor. That's why I said earlier, for instance, there is, especially middle age, like 50-year-old, 55-year-old men, there's a lot of men that are in like sexless marriages, and so they do visit content that promotes spicing up the sex life in the marriage. But what happens is a lot of these sites are disguised, because if they don't disguise themselves, they get flagged
yeah,
and
because you got to
investigated.
do what you.
So, and look, and I'm not saying that it's not it's a lot of dudes that are doing deviant stuff. There's a lot of men doing a lot of messed up things. I don't hang out with dudes that I had a homeboy, this dude Reggie I used to go to school with, ended up beating on this girl, got locked up for it. I damn near beat his ass. I stopped hanging with him. I don't hang with dudes that ain't present fathers in their kids' lives. Like, I do through my actions support these things when it comes to women. Like I said, I'm a man. I'm a person that was raised by a woman. I've never put my hands on a woman. You know, I don't condone it at all. But like I said, I'm not a media entity with a large platform. So just through my actions in the community, that's all I can do. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Um, but like I said, I think that as a community, it's so many things, including this issue. It's so many things that we need to improve on. But I just don't think, I think that, I don't think it's really going to happen. If I'm being honest with you,
Yeah,
I don't think that enough men can do something to stop other men from beating and R-ing. I don't think
I
that
think y'all
there's
have the power. I think y'all do. I think y'all do have the power.
We do.
I
Let me tell you something. I just told you the two times where I actually got physical in trying to prevent
I
this. My son almost grew up without a father because I'm trying to help somebody that I don't even know.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
you
I don't have the power to stop this.
but you speaking up. I'm even talking about if you see your one of your homeboys and a girl's, she tells him no, but he keeps being persistent. I'm talking about standing up like that. If she says no, hey bro, she said no. Let's go. There's other,
Yeah, no. I got over aggressive homeboys that I didn't check plenty of times.
Okay.
And not only did I check these dudes because what they was doing was inappropriate, but I also checked them because of the lives that they had. They had so much to lose. And so I'm like, you got to stop behaving like this.
Yeah.
You got this, you got that, you work here, you got a house. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't move like this. It's wrong. Like I've done that multiple times. Like I consider myself a morally sound person. I can't even really be cool. I had a homeboy who was smashing another dude's wife.
Yeah.
I didn't even know the other dude. And I just stopped being friends with this dude just because I couldn't condone you just carrying out an affair
Yeah.
with somebody else's
And that's
wife.
what I mean. You gotta when you hold them to the fire. And I know women, because we like I preach accountability when it comes to my sisters, and we always can touch on it because yes, us as black women, we need to do a better job when it comes to accountability. You be mad at your mama, but it's true.
But
So
these things don't change though, because like I said, there's not there's not enough power in average individuals to the collective can't they won't get it changed. Like I said, same thing what I mentioned earlier about family court laws. There's not going to be enough women that'll stand up to get these laws changed. We'll complain about absentee fathers all day, but the only ones that could get these laws changed are the women that benefit from them. But most people won't. Same thing with this or in other countries. These dudes in Iran and all these other countries that's arming women, they not gonna stand up to get those laws updated because they are in them. You know what I'm saying? They benefiting from it.
yeah.
So that's the way. It's kind of like the way life works. That's why
But
government and the people you vote are
in the
important.
United States of America. So I'm speaking for our country. Joey Cake said, even though I have never met any of these men in the chat in person, I want to believe that we all have at least a basic level of moral compass. I in no way condone our abuse or misconduct in any way, shape, or form. This stands for men and women. Thank you, Joey. Mama said, I don't think men take it seriously enough unless it's their family members. Joey Cake said, we can have views and opinions without outright uh, condoning or agreeing with it, condoning or agreeing with it. People that know me know how I roll. And Mama said it starts with you. It got to start somewhere, Clean. It does. And I hear you.
Yeah.
You don't feel like you have enough influence, but if you keep,
Well,
showing,
I got influence in my community and in my circles.
and it
But
starts
I'm
with
saying I can't change what's going on in New Orleans or Kansas. Like that's what I'm saying.
starts with our community. Because if
Well,
you
and that's what I'm saying. In my community, I'm a full time father. I coach and help mentor other kids. I speak positively to black men. I try to steer them in the right direction. I hang out with positive, productive dudes. Like I'm doing what the only thing I could do more is leave my career and join the Peace Corps or something. You know what I'm saying? But I'm doing the most I can do in my community. And that's why I say when we talk about these situations of accountability and stuff, a lot of people are taking accountability through their actions and through their circle. But this what happened to Billy Porter, I can't do nothing about that. That
yeah,
website, I can't do nothing about that. All I can do is what I can do for me, my son, the people around me. But like I said earlier, there's so many other issues in our community. When do we say something and do something? When do we all do it? Like when what's his name? Rashard was on here that day,
yeah,
and
yesterday.
I was talking to him, and I was saying calling out certain flaws in the black community. A lot of times when you call out flaws in the black community, they call you a sellout, and they say you ain't black enough or you da 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 da. So it's like, well, how are we gonna fix it? Is if when somebody speak out about it, y'all shun them from the community. It's like, so what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to condone it?
But that goes back to the conversation yesterday, because remember you said that because of Funky, whatever his name is, I get his name mixed up, but because it came from him, you wouldn't receive the message. And I'm like, I don't care if the message is pink, yellow, or green. If it's a good message, I'm gonna receive it, man or woman or whatever you identify with.
No, me too. But in that case, I was saying, as far as like, you gotta have skin in the game in order to, like, for instance,
But then
if
there say you wouldn't receive a message because he is LBGTQ and he doesn't like what you like.
it's not about not liking what I like. What I'm saying is the person that's speaking is actually counterproductive to the point that they're
But you
speaking
wouldn't
on.
feel that way if he was your boss at work. You would take them orders and do what you were supposed to do, right?
No, I
Yes, you
mean,
would.
I no nobody who's my boss can make me do something that I don't believe in. Now, if
If
it's
your boss was giving you orders and because you said you don't receive whatever, he's your boss, but he is LBGTQ. You ain't got no say in the matter. You got to listen to what he got to say, or you gonna get fired.
well, I'm not. Well, I'm saying we work at a company. Like we got there's company guidelines. I'm saying
But you're
if
willing to
this,
put
I'm
somebody on your
saying
job. That's the point I'm making, clean. You're willing to listen and take direction from an LBGTQ manager, but because this man spoke out and said something, you're not willing to receive the message, but are willing to receive the message if he's your manager?
if no if because the message is work related. It's for the company. It's to add value to a company. We're talking about social
Okay.
messages. And what I'm saying in that is, if you're talking about fathers and nuclear families, you are, and this ain't even just coming from me.
You
This
come
is
on
coming
his
from huh?
no text said that's BS. You can come on to his. I got your comments. He said that's BS.
No, and I'm saying this is coming from even black women. A lot of black women feel like LGBTQ men are a part of the problem as far as the nuclear family and fatherhood in the community.
Who said
It's
that?
LGBTQ men and it's men that's incarcerated because these men are unmarriable, unreproducible, and they're not fathers. So it's almost like you're
I ain't
speaking on a point that you statistically work against.
I never heard a black woman said the
You ain't
LBGTQ.
know, in Atlanta, the ratio of
I
men
mean,
and women,
I
women
get
is
that
like
part,
so huge,
but
right?
we're not unwilling to receive a message from them. Heterosexual men are not willing to receive a message from somebody from the LBGTQ just because he doesn't.
I'm willing to receive the message, but not if you're talking about something that you work against. If an
Okay.
LGBTQ dude gave me some good stock advice, hell yeah, I'ma listen. But what I'm saying is when you're talking about nuclear families and fatherhood, you actually work against those statistics by
But he
because
wasn't talking about fatherhood. What he was explaining yesterday is that the black man is the heterosexual black man is a cancer to the black community. And he named things. What was it? Gang violence, absentee fathers, uh abuse. It was a list of things that he named. I didn't even go over the list. I
but
saw
I
the
don't need him to give that message. Certain
but what
messages are
does
obvious.
that
Gang violence is bad. We know that. Like he can say it. A gay woman, a straight woman, a black. Like I get. Like gang violence is bad. Absentee fathers is bad. He not breaking news.
okay, but he's saying that black heterosexual men are a
And
cancer.
I told you yesterday. Those guys will assemble and affirm y'all because
Had
they
some
need
very
y'all.
good points, but you guys said you were unwilling to receive those points because it was the messenger. But if you had an LBGTQ manager at work, you gonna receive that message because you want to get paid.
No,
That's all I'm
but
saying.
what I'm saying is that like I said, it's work related. If my LGBTQ manager is my sales manager and he says, "Hey, I need you to make these calls and do this," it's my job. What I'm saying, and even in like I said, when it came to that yesterday, I told you, you got to be careful with those dudes because they'll say anything to alienate us from y'all because they need y'all.
I don't know if I agree. What up, Tiz? I see. Hold on, Tizzle. Let me read these comments before you go off. Joey Cake said we have views and opinions without outright. Oh, I read that already. Mama said it starts with you. Each one teach one. Joey Cake said we all have to be accountable. When we hear about stories on the internet, we really get the full or real story. We just got to go with what we know, but we should know right from wrong. Absolutely. Mama said clean, clean. We need to stop blaming one another. Joey Cake said exactly. All right, Tizzle. You got the floor, friend, because we talked about this yesterday. What? How do you say his name?
Funky Dineva is what they call him.
Funky Dineva. Not to go back to that, but I wanted to go back to that because we went back to it, and I brought up the fact that if there was an LGBTQ manager that was in place, you would listen to him and his direction, but you don't want to take direction from him because you said it don't go according clean to it, you can't relate.
I don't care anything about that man's sexuality. He brought his sexuality into it because he lives that lifestyle. Listen, while his claims may be valid in certain areas, you generalized and made every straight black man the enemy in that comment. That is BS.
Yep.
Every black man is not out here beating on women and saying, "Hey, man, he gay. I hate him." Blah 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 blah. That is not happening out here. Literally, the homosexual lifestyle is so out front that even people who don't agree with the lifestyle have just been like, it doesn't affect me, so I don't care about it. Mm-hmm. They don't care enough about it, nor should they. They shouldn't even put that much care into it. Literally, I just feel like his comment was BS. Every straight black man is not out here. He made us villains. He tried to make the straight black man the villain of all women and homosexual people. That's BS. Like every man, like we do not wake up in the morning talking about how can I oppress these gay people. That is not happening. And that's exactly what he said in his comment, that we are the cancer to everybody. And that is such bullshit.
Well, he said the black.
Even if it's just black people, I can't ride with that because I don't have anybody in my family. Like I got several homosexual or gay family members. Mm-hmm. There's no way in the hell that we wake up talking about how can we make this nigga life hell? Because we don't like that shit he stand for. No, we don't do that. They are family regardless. We love them just like we love the straight ones. Mm-hmm. And that's that. So his claims, I mean, of course, it's going to go viral because of how he said it and what he said. But that's bullshit. Like, black men are not waking up. Black men got too many other things to worry about and to deal with than to wonder how we can make somebody who don't have the same sexuality as us life hell.
But let me ask you,
and we sure as hell ain't waking up trying to figure out how to make a black woman's life hell.
Let me ask you a question. If the message had been different, would you differently? He wasn't attacking heterosexual black men. The message was different. Would you be able to receive the message?
I received the message either way. Okay. I just don't agree with it. It's bullshit. Okay. It's baseless emotional claims.
Okay.
And like I said yesterday, once again, you got to understand the fact that black women or women in general, you are the number one ally to somebody like that. So they will always affirm whatever narrative villainizes others and favors y'all. They will always do it because y'all are the reason they can come to the cookout. Y'all are the reason.
That's some real shit.
It is because Nobody else in society is affirming them or as comfortable, or it's y'all as women. They need y'all, so they will attach themselves to any narrative that affirms y'all and villainizes others because they want to be they need y'all. They need y'all continued support in order to further themselves in society.
That's real.
Mama, black men have to try. They do. LOL. Make life hell.
Wait, wait, tell me this. Tell me this, Dee Dee. We've been friends a long time and gonna be friends a long time. When you see a straight man bring a gay man to the cookout and they not family related, you let me know.
do I
Exactly.
do I think he's what? Do I think I don't? Okay.
What he said, what I'm just affirming
You
what
think it's a
Quincy said.
possibility
Ain't
that
no ain't
he sweet and low?
It could be a possibility.
Exactly. Nobody else in society is affirming them more and more often than
But
y'all.
there is some heterosexual
hey,
men that have
hey,
relationships with LGBTQ
I be
men.
listening. I gotta run, y'all.
Okay,
All right,
see you later.
girl.
All right.
We're about to get off anyway. Thank you,
No,
Tiff.
I've worked with LGBTQ dudes. Like they was cool. We be chopping it up in the break room,
Right.
roasting on each other and stuff. Like it's not like they just are like this scarlet letter or nothing like that. But what I'm saying is I don't have any I don't like that level of closeness and bringing them into other circles. That's only going to be y'all. I'm not doing that. Like most heterosexual men are not doing that. You can be around them or tolerate it or work with or whatever, but as far as like in your close social circles, it's not happening. There I didn't dated at least four women that had a gay best friend. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't have no homeboys that got a gay best friend. Like, it doesn't work that way.
What
Y'all
about
are, they're
that? What
going,
about a stud? I know some dudes that are good friends with studs. Let's not do that.
it's almost like the homegirl that don't want you to have a man because if you get a man, you ain't hanging out with her as much, and you know how when you get a man, you don't come
Yeah.
outside as much and all of that. It's the same thing. It's like, yeah, of course, this dude is gonna spread a narrative that villainizes us. You can't villainize a whole demographic off of like an issue you see. I in my circle,
Oh,
all I know is faithful husbands, present fathers. I'm in this West End community and the soccer community with my son and baseball and sports. All these fathers is great men. They at every practice, every game. They take their kids to after school. They do like I don't. How you gonna villainize these dudes?
it's not all. It is some of the. It is some though. And after this conversation today, I'm looking at some of y'all a little bit differently. This origami. Come on now. Anyway, let's drop these final thoughts. OC said, I have a lot of straight friends and I have one gay friend and they are very comfortable. I wish you could have came on here, OC, and because yes, that's my good OC baby. That's my okay. And he is LBGTQ and proud. And he don't try to put nothing on nobody. Okay. He is comfortable in his skin.
That's
Um
great. No. It's not. I'm not this, but I don't have anything against LGBTQ. It's put it this way. I'm just not. A lot of people fake support it in a weird way. Like for instance, they'll fake like ride for it, but then if their child ends up being it, they're devastated. You know what I'm saying? So it's I'm just realistic about it. I have no problem with your lifestyle, how you live. I would not try to harm or go against you in any way. I'm just saying, for me personally, it's not something I choose to surround myself with. But that don't mean that I
but if
feel
they
like
not hitting on you, which nine times out of ten, they probably not even attracted to you. They just
it's
hella
not about attraction. Put it this way. Let's say we in a section at a club, right? And
yeah.
it's eight of us, right? If my homeboy over there and he talking in this girl ear, kissing on her neck or whatever, it's like, all right, whatever. If it's two dudes that's
There you
six
go.
one, 320 pounds or whatever, it's a little like not saying that they shouldn't be able to do it or have the freedom to do it, but I'm just saying I'm not really comfortable with it, so I'm gonna just go over here. Y'all do
Well,
y'all
just say,
thing.
I would say that you're not comfortable with,
Yeah, and
yeah.
that's my prerogative. It's just say some people not don't like cats or dog, or they don't like being in small spaces, or they don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's just something that I'm not comfortable with, and I choose not to be in close proximity of it, doesn't mean I'm anti it or I feel like they shouldn't have rights or they shouldn't have. I'm not against it in that way.
Mm. OC said 10 out of 10 that they are not attracted to. Mama said, I think he was saying black men abuse gay men and kill them as well as they do women. I have seen, especially the trans community, where transgender women are targeted. But that's another
Yeah, but
conversation.
I've also seen in the trans community that they don't tell people the truth about their gender, and then every issue can be highlighted if you choose to. It just depends on what you choose that day. That's all I'm saying.
I was just getting ready to say that. You took the words right out of my mouth. There are, and I watch a lot of investigation discovery. I've seen some stories on there where they are not upfront, but that may be another conversation for another day. You know, should they have to tell that information, or is it nobody's business?
I think that should be a law. It's nobody's
You think it should
business.
be a law?
No, no, no. I'm saying this. It's nobody's business if they just work with you or they live next door to you or whatever. It's not their business. But somebody that you engage in an intimate relationship with and a physical relationship with, they deserve to know the truth and make that decision on their own. Because that's a big deal. In order for you to become a trans, like a true trans, you got to go through damn near $100,000 procedure. You got to go through pain. It's not like a little deal. Like,
Yeah.
it's a big deal. Like, a person deserves to know the truth, and make that decision on their own. And if that person
But it
hears,
doesn't
oh,
still give the other person the right to unalive them. Nobody
it
should do
don't, no, no, it don't
it.
give the person the right to unalive them. But I'll tell you this: if it's somebody that slept with you before or was about to sleep with you or then did sexual acts with you and then they find out later, they might beat your ass. They might fight you. And I'm not they have a right. Like, you deceived them and you made them go against their moral fabric when
Ooh,
you knew.
that's a
You don't get to do that. It's the same way of
oh,
if I
we might
finesse you out of some money and
we
you
might
punch.
we might have to do this one tomorrow. This is a lot to unpack right now.
If I finesse you out of some money and
Ooh,
you punch me in the face, are you wrong?
no, but
Okay, so what are we talking about?
this is a lot to unpack. Clean work. This is a whole nother discussions. Tizzle said I should name my thing call it tough something with Dee Dee Parker. Mama said I don't like bitter black men either. You know what, Mama? Go sit in the corner. OC said that part. Mama said I don't believe some of these straight men don't have no idea the person is trans. This is gonna be another. Well, we might have to do this conversation tomorrow. And OC, I might have to bring you on here. So if you feel comfortable, you just let me know, friend. All right, clean. What are your final thoughts? Yeah, I'll drop them.
Final thoughts, man, is all this, I felt since the beginning of time, my mother, my auntie's boyfriend was like this raging drunk alcoholic, and he used to put hands on my auntie and he used to put hands on my mother when my mother would come try to defend my auntie.
Mm-hmm.
And he nearly disfigured my mother's face. Like,
My goodness.
yeah, a very evil man. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, in no way do I think it's right for a man to R a woman or hit a woman, or do anything like that. And like I told you, I almost lost my life on two occasions defending women that were getting abused. Um, in both those cases, the woman went back to the man after I did that, but that's another day. But what I'm saying is, it's all wrong. But just like old boy who had just came up on here said, when these issues happen, man, you can't just villainize a whole demographic. That's a dangerous thing. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like I remember people like if I compare you to somebody evil, then it's more likely that somebody might try to hurt you in public because I've attached a narrative to you. You know what I'm saying? So it's dangerous to say straight black men do this or it's dangerous. It's a lot of straight black dudes that just regular guys that's just trying to like survive and take care of their family, and they ain't never art a woman or hit nobody and I know it because I live in a community of just regular hardworking family guys that's just regular dudes. These dudes don't deserve to be villainized because of something that happened in New Orleans or because of something that happened on a website. There's evil people out here. Condemn the evil people, but don't group everybody with them
I
because
don't.
that's a dangerous thing
I
to do.
think he said some. I don't think he didn't say all.
Well, I mean, I'm taking into account what he said, and then even the talk we had yesterday, where there's just this thing of like grouping, choosing a group, straight black men, this black men get like you can't do that. That's almost like me saying all gay men molest children. That's not true. It's a lot of gay dudes that's just regular adults living their life. They got their relationship. They're not trying to hurt nobody. They just living their life. You know what I'm saying? It's dangerous for me to say all gay men. Like that's dangerous. So we gotta stop doing that and just recognize problems for what they are and address who did it and not the group that they belong to. Just who did it? Who are these guys? Not it's black men, it's straight black men. Is it a no? Who's the guy who visited the site? What's his first name? What's his last name? Okay, let's address him. Who's the guy that put his hands on that woman? Let's address him, not all whatever he is.
I got you. I get what you're saying. Mama said, black men, stop ignoring bad behavior from other men. Final thoughts. Great final thoughts. I'll leave with those. Thank you to everybody that tuned into my interview with Victor Hill. If you didn't see it, you can play it back on YouTube. Link is in my stories. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. We'll do this again on tomorrow. I've been on a roll. Clean all week. Look at it.
I see. You doing it.
All right. This will be up on YouTube. See y'all later. Thank you, Clean.
Peace.